the Alabama Crimson Tide.
Off to the inside, intercepted Alabama, touchdown run.
And everything college and high school sports. Now, let's join Andy, Brett, Randy, and Luke for this edition of Sports Blitz Live.
Hello again, everyone, and welcome into Sports Blitz Live. I am Andy Graham alongside Luke Robinson. We'll be with you for the next 2 hours, taking your phone calls, taking your comments, talking about everything going on in the world of sports. And we appreciate all of you out there being with us. We are brought to you each and every Tuesday evening by JR's Sports Bar and Grill and Sunshine Heating and Air. We'll have a little bit more to say about them as we move ahead in the show tonight, but we'd love to hear from you as always. You can dial us up on the Sports Blitz Facebook page, that's Sports with a Z, and comment away. We'll get to as many of those as we can throughout the show, but you can always dial us up the old-fashioned way, 256-234-6221.
Andy, I got to say this. I got to say this on behalf of everybody watching. Everybody's been listening for a while. We all want to say one thing, and just where the hell have you been?
Hiding. I had had enough.
You thought I was about to get sappy, didn't you?
No, I didn't. Yeah, well, I didn't. The ruse was that I had surgery and I almost died. But truly, I was in, Bryce's in Tuscaloosa. I don't even know if that place is still open. But you guys have driven me to drink, and I had a problem, and I had to go get cleaned up.
I mean, almost died. You don't get an award for almost winning Best Actor.
Well, that's
kind
of me. I do a lot of things halfway. So,
Actually, it is great to have Andy back. I know, and we're teasing because that's what we do.
That's true.
So, but yeah, it is great to have Andy back.
It's good to be back.
It is good.
And the band's back together.
The band is back together. It's Nickelback, but the band is back together.
Wow. He went there. Okay, so Georgia gets a number one quarterback. The rich get richer. What's it like as an Alabama fan to see this happening to somebody else now? Now, granted, Alabama's not really changed all that much, but still, to see this happening with somebody else, it's got to be a new feeling.
Well, I've listened to some national shows this morning coming in from Birmingham, and they were like, "Wow, that's great. Georgia's never stopped." And my thought was, look, I'm not happy for Georgia necessarily, but I'm cool with it. I mean, if it were Auburn or Tennessee, I'd probably feel a little differently. I don't hate Georgia the way y'all hate Georgia. I mean, now their fans have gotten on my nerves a little bit more than usual, but okay, I get it. We were there, so I understand. But what's funny is while everybody's singing the praises of Dylan Raiola, who comes in from Phoenix, Alabama has Julian Sayin, who's also a five-star, the number 2 quarterback in the class from California. So more Western imports coming into the South, just like DJU and Lele, who didn't work out, but Bryce Young, C.J. Stroud, who went to Ohio State. So more guys from the West coming in to the Southeastern Conference. And look, I just think it's going to end up being more of the same. And you know what's really interesting? If you look at the quarterback rankings for this year, CBS did their top 10 quarterbacks. There was one SEC guy on there. Do you know who it was? Have you already seen this?
KJ Jefferson.
No, Jaden Daniels.
Really?
He was number 10. Number 10.
Wow.
And there were like 4 Pac-12 guys on there. So I think the Pac is funny to me that Alabama and Georgia go to the Pac-12 country, get to the 2 highest rated quarterbacks in the class, where the Pac-12 actually has 4 of the best quarterbacks right now. But the trick is, I think most of those guys that they have that are the top guys are transfers. Caleb Williams transferred from Oklahoma. I think he was originally from Florida. Michael Penix came from Indiana.
Who is that?
Michael Penix, quarterback at Washington.
Okay.
Bo Nix came from Auburn. He's from right here in Alabama. So it's funny how some of these things work out. But point being, this is not a banner year for quarterbacks. I know this is off topic from what you started talking about, but I think what that does is make me feel even better as an Alabama fan, because I've been worried to death about quarterback. Tyler Buckner, we bring Tyler Buckner in. Do I think he's any better than the other two, Jalen Milroe and Ty Simpson. I don't know, or Eli Holstein or Dylan Lonergan for that matter. But when Jaden Daniels is your best quarterback in the league, according to some folks, or KJ Jefferson or Spencer Rattler, does any of those guys make you go, oh, God,
Well,
we can't beat them?
But always at the beginning of the year and the end of the year. I mean, right now, maybe Jaden Daniels is considered the best, but by the end of the year, I bet he's not.
I agree, and but it's my point is it's so much different than last year. Whereas I know Stetson Bennett was a 6-year senior walk-on who may or may not have graduated. It's kind of funny, but Alabama there was a Heisman Trophy winner in Bryce Young. There was Hendon Hooker. Jaden Daniels was also there. KJ Jefferson was also there. I mean, the SEC had a pretty Anthony Richardson, who went number 4 in the draft. I mean, the SEC had a pretty stacked quarterback group last year, and this year they don't really have one. So if you're going to have what's considered to be a down year at quarterback, this is the year to have it.
Interesting. We'll talk about some SEC win totals as the guys in Vegas are putting out what they think. We'll do a little throwback Sports Blitz Live for you, do a little over or under. We'll do a little true or false, what's the chances, and maybe even a little more or less tonight on the show. So be sure to stick around for that. Auburn and Alabama baseball, basically both kind of surging. Auburn a little bit more so, but Alabama playing much better after their coach is fired.
Well, it's amazing how much better you play when the coach who's betting against you is fired.
That's true.
I mean, look, I'm going to tell you, I have no problem saying this.
We gave you that guy.
I know you did. And I feel like this is one of the more this should be one of the more scandalous firings of all time. Look, if a coach is fired because he's paying players or whatever, we're like, yeah, that's awful, but we get it because everybody's doing it. And he just got caught. If you're fired for betting against your team just before first pitch, and you're doing it on the phone to a guy who's placing a bet at the casino at the Cincinnati Reds Stadium on a day when the Reds don't have a game, that's about the worst thing you can possibly do. And on a team, by the way, Alabama started out like 17-0 this year. I mean, Brad Bohannon must have been getting dusted by his bookie. That's the only thing I can think. This is the most ridiculous thing, and it's so incredibly embarrassing for Brad Bohannon. I mean, it's embarrassing for Alabama because he's associated with them, but I think Alabama did all they could do, say, okay, we're going to fire you regardless for gambling. But if you bet on us, I mean, okay, I think you get a little Pete Rose, okay, we don't agree, but we understand.
Yeah.
You're betting against us. And we weren't awful. I mean, Alabama wasn't an awful team. They're still not an awful team. But you're seeing they go to Texas A&M, win 2 out of 3. Run rule them, I think, at least once, maybe twice.
I don't know.
They beat Vandy 2 out of 3. Now, Vandy's tailed off, but at the time Alabama played Vandy, they were number 5 or number 4 in the country. I mean, it's amazing when you have a guy that's not trying to tank the season, not at the helm anymore, it certainly helps.
Well, I mean, when you're betting on your own team, that really doesn't affect the way you manage. You're still trying to win the game. When you bet against, I mean, that's just I don't even know. I don't even know if I've ever even heard of anything like that.
I'm not for like somebody never getting a job again. I'm for him never getting a job in sports. I mean, I don't see how – I don't care if it's a small high school like Art Briles. I'm fine with him never getting a job coaching again. I don't want Art Briles to never work again or Brad Bohannon to never work again. I want them to never be in sports again. That's all. I don't think that's awful. Is that so bad? Does sports need those two guys?
I mean, depends on if you've gone into some in-depth reading about the trial and stuff with Art Briles. Because – I'm not 100% sure that he should be banished.
I don't know how you can't.
Well, I mean,
listen, I don't want to get off on the Art Briles rant.
Like he did.
Then I'll pull back the reins on the Art Briles thing and say I don't want Brad Bohannon ever coaching again.
I get it.
Or in sports in any
I
capacity.
don't want Nick Saban coaching again.
But for different reasons. Nick never – I feel quite certain Nick wouldn't bet again. He'd be like, I don't think we got it this time, y'all. I think Kentucky's got our number.
Yeah, really. We'll talk about that at the SEC softball tournament. Tennessee wins that. But Auburn and Alabama were kind of – I mean, they could have been headed for a championship game. That would have been a lot of fun. It did not happen. But now the NCAA tournament, standings are out. Auburn, not so much. A lot of fun there. But Alabama gets a 5 seed. They'll host. We'll talk about that a little bit more as well. NBA playoffs, Major League Baseball, hockey playoffs are going on right now. So much to talk about. We'll try to get to as much as we can. Again, we'd love to hear from you. So give us a call and let us know what's on your mind and if you're good. And, at the end, we'll bring back a segment that everybody seems to like. Alive or dead.
I'm here for it.
Have you looked at the names?
No, I don't ever look at the names. That takes the fun out of it.
Okay.
I barely look at the itinerary.
This is a total random set of a list of names.
Okay.
There is no rhyme or reason to it.
I like no theme.
Okay. No theme, but there are a couple that are related to each other, but again, I mean, one to the next. It really doesn't.
I'm going to channel my inner Brad Bohannon here. Do you think I'm going to say, let's say, how many of them
I
are
got
there?
18.
18. Do you think I get 10 right?
No.
Okay.
I
got to figure out if I want to bet on myself.
I'm going under. All right, we got to get to our first break here on Sports Blitz Live, but don't go anywhere. We are just getting started. We'll be back with more right after this.
Hey, I'm Jeff Burt, General Manager here at Greenway Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram in Anniston, where it's Ram Truck Month. Save up to $12,176 off Ram 1500 Crew Cab Bighorn. That's a savings of 20%. Or select 1.9% interest for 72 months and save over $13,500 in interest. So come see us for all these deals and more here at Greenway Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram in Anniston.
What's the verdict?
Can't fix your heat pump. Need a new one.
Uh-oh. What are you thinking?
I'm thinking Daikin.
Call on Kevin Kill in Sunshine Heating and Air at 256-825-4849, Central Alabama's premier Daikin dealer.
So what's he thinking?
Oh, he's thinking Daikin.
Daikin, one of the top selling in the world.
Now I'm thinking Daikin.
Daikin. Comfort for life.
Russell Do-It Center and building supply stores have the tools and materials to get the job done right, whether you're a professional contractor or just a weekend do-it-yourselfer. With everyday customer conveniences like a drive-through lumberyard, price match promise, and our best rewards program, each of our 9 locations offer top brands and building materials like lumber, hardware, tools, paint, lawn and garden, and much more. Visit today and see what Russell Do-It Center and Building Supply can help you build tomorrow.
Lake Martin Mobile Detailing is the #1 auto and boat detailing company in Central Alabama. Don't trust your boat or vehicle to just anybody. Hire the professionals. Top-of-the-line ceramic coating, detailing, gel coat restoration, and paint correction gives you the options to take care of your vehicle the right way. Located at 702 McCarty Road in Dadeville, Lake Martin Mobile Detailing will have you riding in style. Call them today at 256-794-2328 for Superior Automotive and Boat Detailing.
Farmers and Merchants Bank of Dadeville is building a foundation of strength and trust in the entire Lake Martin community. With our modern branch in Dadeville and caring, attentive staff, we've established Farmers and Merchants Bank as a reliable friend to your banking needs. Whether it's just a savings or checking account or any commercial, auto, or real estate loan, Farmers has local decision-making to build a relationship with you and your needs. Farmers and Merchants Community Bank. Strength, service, community.
Hi, this is Brian Bice with Bice Motors. With our all-star lineup of Dodge trucks, Jeep, SUVs, and Chrysler cars, we offer the area a team dedicated to making your next vehicle purchase a positive experience. Our sales team offers competitive pricing, and we back up all sales with a service department second to none. Bice Motors also offers the area's best selection of pre-owned vehicles. Visit Bice Motors at 2133 Cherokee Road in Alexander City.
Guaranteed lowest price. Buy it at Bice Motors.
Welcome back, everyone, to Sports Blitz Live. Andy and Luke here with you, just getting started on tonight's show. Thank you so much for all of you out there being with us this evening. Again, brought to you by JR Sports Bar and Grill and Sunshine Heating and Air. Speaking of gambling, DraftKings releases their regular season win totals for 2023. So let's look at some of these, Luke. Georgia Bulldogs, 11.5 wins. Are you taking the over or the under?
All right, I think the smart money I think the smart money's probably on the under, actually. Because, I mean, I think they're going to win them all. It certainly looks like it. I mean, you look at their schedule, and it is cream puff. Yeah. There's their Western crossover. Of course, they traveled to Auburn. I would say now at Tennessee is probably their toughest game. At Auburn's their second toughest game. I mean, I think that's very fair. Their other crossover is Ole Miss at home. Ole Miss isn't going to be bad, but Ole Miss ain't beating Georgia in Athens. So, yeah, I mean, I think they could lose to Tennessee. I think there's a chance they could certainly lose to Auburn if things are rolling for the Tigers, but I don't think it'll happen. But I think the smart money would be on the under simply because I think everybody's going to look at it and go, where are your losses, and take the over. So I think you go against the betting public here and to take the under. But, I mean, I can't pick a loss for them. I mean, I don't know where it would be. I mean, Tennessee could be tough. It could be difficult. It could be the same type of atmosphere that it was for the Alabama game last year. And they played Tennessee second to last game this year. That's also something that's a little interesting because they usually play them much earlier in the season. Yeah. But they play them second, which is great. I mean, they've moved some things around because Georgia usually has a moonwalk to the SEC title game. You know, they play something like, Kentucky and Vandy and Georgia Tech in the season. And now they got to play Tennessee at least, and so that'll be a little tougher.
We talking 3 perfect seasons in a row if they go undefeated?
3 perfect regular seasons in a row. Yeah. Pretty stuff. I mean, it depends on I think the SEC title game is considered a regular season game.
No, really.
So I guess it wouldn't be 3 perfect regular seasons. 3 pre-championship game seasons in a row.
Alabama 10.5.
Boy, that's a good number. I would probably take the over because it means that you think they're going to lose 2 games. I don't know where those 2 would be. I could certainly
take the under.
No, I said I would take. Did I say under? I meant over.
You said over, but if you're taking the over, you said you're going to lose 2 games.
No, I said you'd have to lose 2 games to hit the under.
Right.
So, and where are those losses going to be? I mean, now look, Alabama's schedule is a lot different than Georgia's. I mean, they face LSU. Well, I mean, look at it this way: both Alabama and Georgia go to Auburn. I would say Alabama's 4th or 5th toughest game is clearly Georgia's 2nd, if not 1st. Right? I mean, Texas coming into Tuscaloosa is going to be a problem. I mean, they're going to be top 8 starting the season. Tennessee coming in is probably going to be a problem again. LSU coming in, that's going to be a tough game. It just is. Now, Alabama does get to play a lot of their tough games at home, but those are some tough games. At Texas A&M, I know we're supposed to predict them later, and I don't think Texas A&M is going to be great, but look, last time Alabama went there, it didn't work out too well. So I'm going to take the over because I think this Alabama team will lose a game. And while I think Alabama's got quarterback issues, I think they've got a lot of talent everywhere else.
LSU 9.5 wins.
All right. One thing to factor in is LSU opens the season on Sunday against Florida State in Orlando. They lost last year on a very fluke I think, blocked
Because
extra
they
point.
couldn't execute an extra point.
And so they also have traveled to Alabama. Does LSU play? Who else is their crossover game this year? Is it Tennessee?
I don't know.
I'm going to have to check that here in a second while you talk. But LSU also takes on Auburn back in Baton Rouge, I guess trying to start a new streak. Brian Harsin unbelievably ended that streak. So
the one thing he did.
Yeah, I know.
But hey, it was a monkey on our back, and he got it off.
Yeah, you got to give him credit for something, right?
Yeah. Yes.
So they travel to Mississippi State, and now Mississippi
He
State's
gets credit for a lot.
Yeah.
Destroying recruiting and back-to-back losing seasons.
Yeah, he did more than you
gets credit
think.
for a lot.
But I'm looking at LSU's schedule right now, if this will ever pull up, and I want to see their other crossover games. They got Arkansas. That game is in Baton Rouge. Ole Miss at Oxford. Shoot, I'm really leaning towards going the under on LSU. They have Florida, and who's their other East Coast game? I mean East. Okay, boy, I'm not even seeing it.
Missouri?
It is Missouri. You're right. I missed it. It's at Columbia, but I think they can beat Missouri certainly.
I would say so.
But they do have Florida, and that I don't think that'll be easy. I'm gonna go under. I know David picked LSU to win the West again. I think that's really more of a dig at Alabama than he actually believes that.
They did last year.
They did last year, but let's also admit that was a series of events that led that to happen. And I think that I just don't feel like LSU is going to repeat to win the West this year.
I think it would be a challenge.
It'd be a challenge.
But they apparently got the best quarterback in the SEC.
They do, but again, that's like world's tallest midget. It's not a big deal this year.
Tennessee 9.5.
Okay. Tennessee does. I know they have Texas A&M and Alabama. That's their West. Their non-conference is they should be able to skate through that. Georgia at home at Bama. I'm going to 9.5. You say? I'm going to take the over. I mean, because I think they lose 2 games, and so therefore I think you get to 10 wins, and there's your over.
Back-to-back double-digit wins for Tennessee after a long trek through the desert.
Yeah, but here's what's going to be interesting, and it's always this way. So they had the euphoria of last season. Then they go and they beat Alabama first time in forever. They're in the thick of everything now. A horrible injury really derailed the season right there at the end, but they did come back and destroy Clemson in the bowl game. That's nice. That season's always going to be sort of magical, but it's like next year's going to be, what have you done for me lately? It's hard to recapture that. Now you go from playing with a chip on your shoulder, nobody thinks we can do it, and that's your motivation every time, to we're supposed to win 10 games now, right? And so it starts to – that's where it's hard. That's where the Kirby Smarts and the Nick Sabans make their hay, is that they can just about live up to the hype every year. I mean, where last year to most people is considered a failure for Alabama. They lost 2 games on essentially the last play – well, not essentially, on the last play of the game.
Yeah.
I mean, so it's looked at as a failure, and so I'm saying Josh Heupel's going to face a different kind of pressure this year.
Oh, there's no question about that. How about Ole Miss with 7.5?
Boy, I mean, so the crossover, obviously they got Vandy like they do every year, but they also have to go to Athens. That's going to be a loss. I think going to Alabama is going to be a loss. They go to Auburn, right? Mm-hmm. What an interesting game. That's one of the more intriguing games of the year. You got Lane Kiffin coming in, who most people, I would say the majority of Auburn fans wanted him as the coach. And then Hugh Freeze gets the job, who was the coach at Ole Miss. And they play in Auburn. It's just very, very interesting. I don't even know where to lean there. I mean, obviously, I think Ole Miss has the better quarterback situation and the better running back situation probably. They may have the best running back in the country. But, boy, I don't know. That's interesting.
We got their offensive line coach too.
Yeah. So, wow, that's going to be a fun game. So, 7.5, I'm going to go over. Because, I mean, I feel like they'll beat Arkansas. I feel like they'll beat A&M. I feel like they'll beat Auburn.
They feel like an 8-win team.
They feel like an 8-win team to me. I'm with you on that. Now, I mean, Alabama and Georgia on the road, okay, let's call those 2 losses. So you got to win 8 of your other 10. And now they have a non-conference game that's pretty.
Oh, yeah, they got to play Tulane.
They do. That's going to be interesting.
At Tulane.
That's actually a fantastic game. And I would say I'd put 50-50 on if Lane Kiffin shows up drunk. I mean, right? I mean, Lane Kiffin loose on Bourbon Street?
Yeah.
Whew, that adds a new dynamic.
Yeah. It's just like the defensive back for the Falcons during the Super Bowl.
He just couldn't wait. I mean,
he got
soliciting a
soliciting
prostitute before the Super Bowl.
Before the Super Bowl. We got to take a break, but don't go anywhere. We'll be back with more right after this.
Hey, I'm Jeff Burt, General Manager here at Greenway Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram in Anniston, where it's Ram Truck Month. Save up to $12,176 off Ram 1500 Crew Cab Bighorn. That's a savings of 20%. Or select 1.9% interest for 72 months and save over $13,500 in interest. So come see us for all these deals and more here at Greenway Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram in Anniston.
Growing your business isn't just one thing, it's a million little things. Should you lease, rent, or own? How fast can you get that part? Does it fit the budget? That's what your local Cat dealer is here for. With expert advice, flexible financing, and industry-leading equipment, you can get the job done, day after day. Visit ThompsonCat.com, your compact equipment provider.
You want the best opportunity to be successful in life. You deserve that opportunity. Well, you just happens to be in our motto, central to you, central to your success. Your future is right now. Don't wait. Make your dreams a reality by enrolling at Central Alabama Community College. Register today at cacc.edu.
Looking for an attorney you can trust for your real estate closings? Wisdom Law Firm at Lake Martin has you covered. Your real estate transactions are fast, convenient, and professional every step of the way. Wisdom Law is certified and licensed by the American Land and Title Association and approved by all local lenders. Visit Wisdom Law Firm at 6366 Highway 49 in Dadeville or at their Auburn location at 2353 Bent Creek Road. No communication concerning a lawyer's legal services shall be published or broadcast unless it contains the following language, which shall be clearly legible or audible as the case may be. No representation is made that the quality of legal services to be performed is greater than the quality of legal services performed by other lawyers.
Alex City Internal Medicine and Nephrology and Weight Loss Center provides optimum care for the whole person. Dr. Dimo Popov specializes in the prevention and diagnosis of high blood pressure, kidney disease, diabetes, and acute and chronic conditions. Our weight loss clinic offers lipo shots and a guide to healthy weight loss. Alex City Internal Medicine and Nephrology and Weight Loss Center, where lifestyle changes are made.
For more than 40 years, Ingram Equipment Company has helped companies, towns, and cities with their dirtiest, most challenging jobs by providing the very best equipment and by helping them keep in tip-top working condition. IEC represents leading manufacturers such as Heil garbage truck bodies, Timco sweepers, Step pothole patchers, and many more. We proudly support all athletes and teams that compete across the state and wish them good luck this year. Ingram Equipment Company, ingramequipment.net.
Welcome back, everyone, to Sports Blitz Live. Andy and Luke here with you. About 30 more minutes left in the first hour of tonight's program. Thank you so much for joining us this evening. We are looking at some projected win totals of SEC football teams in 2023. How about Texas A&M with 7.5? A resurgence.
Okay.
For the Aggies.
I'm also watching the NBA draft lottery. San Antonio Spurs get the number 1 pick. They'll probably get Victor Wembanyama, I believe that's how you say it. And sort of like Tim Duncan Redux. I mean, he's not quite as fundamental, but he's much taller. But I'm saying sort of the same situation here. Maybe this is a guy that can lead them back to the promised land for a while. And the Charlotte Hornets go number 2.
But, I mean, big men and the NBA today.
7'5" is not just big.
I get it, but will they use him?
Charlotte Hornets got the number 2 pick. How about this? Charlotte got the number 2 pick. They're supposed to pick Brandon Miller, it looks like. Alabama will have the number 1 pick going to Carolina, playing in Charlotte in football, and the number 2 pick playing in basketball. Everybody in that's where SEC Network or Paul Feinbaum is headquartered now. Alabama's just moving into Charlotte, baby. I'm going there for a wedding here in a couple of weeks.
Is that right?
Alabama taking over, baby.
Okay.
Okay, so going back to, you asked me about Texas A&M. I'm going to go under. And let me tell you, Texas A&M, they have to travel to Miami. What an interesting game
Miami
that really doesn't mean
not
much.
Good last year.
I know, but this game is so interesting,
Of course, they got
yet
rid of
so
some
uneventful.
dead weight in Kevin Steen.
Well, yeah. So, but this game is so important, yet means nothing. It's the oxymoron of games because it only means something. If you are Jimbo Fisher and you lose this game, you're in trouble. If you're Mario Cristobal and you lose this game, you're in trouble. I mean, your NILs.
Miami won this game last year?
No, they lost it at A&M, and it was one of the ugliest games that you'll ever watch. And so you have probably the 2 most well-known, if not controversial, NIL programs, and going head-to-head. And Jimbo Fisher, again, I mean, he came out the other day, he said something stupid about, well, TCU found out what it's like to play in the SEC when they ran up on Georgia. Yeah, everybody finds out when they run up on Georgia or Alabama. But, I mean, TCU would have beaten the brakes off of Texas A&M last year. I'm an SEC homer to the core, but I think TCU would have beaten Texas A&M. I mean, so I'm just saying I don't like Vandy's coach or, Kentucky's coach beating their chest about other teams winning national championships in the SEC. You know what I mean? I mean, you can do it a little bit. We all got a little SEC about us. We all do the SEC cheer. Okay, I'm down with it. But I don't like Jimbo Fisher taking shots at TCU. If you think you can beat them, play them. I bet you won't want to play them. So, but anyway, that game is pretty interesting. Then A&M, of course, welcomes in Alabama. They travel to Tennessee.
I think they get Auburn at home.
They do, yeah. Alabama and Auburn played Texas A&M at either both away or both at home every year. So, boy.
Of course, now that's not been a good thing for A&M with Auburn.
Yeah, correct.
Actually, it's been much worse.
I'm going to say I'm going to go under. I just
another losing season.
I'm going to say more like 6 or 7 wins. Is right, 7.5, right? Mm-hmm. So I could see 7 wins.
Okay. I mean, I could see them having a losing season.
I could too, especially if things derail quickly, they will derail famously. I mean, fabulously.
What do you think about Bob Petrino?
I think this is a moped wreck waiting to happen.
Yeah. I just don't know how those two kind of guys coexist in the same locker room. Arkansas 7 flat.
I guess I got to go over. I really want to go push. The tiebreaker, ironically, may be the Auburn game. They play Auburn in Arkansas this year,
or maybe Little Rock. Who knows?
Yeah. So they go to Alabama. I would go push, but if you make me take one or the other, I'm going to go over.
Okay.
I'm not fired up about it though.
Auburn 6.5.
Okay, so let's run this down a little bit. You got.
Can you give me 7 wins?
Well, let's think about it. I think they travel to Cal. I think that'll be a win. Cal is not a good football team. UMass is a win.
You're giving me the out of conference.
I'm giving you the out of conference, which is 4 teams. Okay, so there's 4. So now do you go 3 and 5?
You get State at Ole Miss at home.
I think you win one of the. I think you win State, but now again, just about all of us are going to pick Mississippi State last. I might pick Texas A&M last, but State does bring back the most prolific passer in the conference.
I'll say it again. I've said it several times. Can you run the Mike Leach offense without Mike Leach?
Exactly, and Mike Leach wasn't awesome at it when he was running it. Well, so I mean, everybody had sort of caught up, Yeah. So okay, I'm gonna go
Arkansas and A&M on the road.
Okay, I'm going to go 1-1 there.
Okay, so that's 6. Then you got
Alabama, Georgia, I'm going to go 0-2. LSU at home, and what's the other one? Vandy. All right, I think Auburn goes over.
On the road.
I know. Well, I mean, I don't think it worked out well last time they went there.
Well, that was a bad Auburn team.
I'm going to go over. I'm going to say Auburn gets to 7 wins.
Okay. Kentucky, let's just say Kentucky, Mizzou, South Carolina, Mississippi State, all 6.5.
Are they?
Yeah.
Well, I know Mississippi State has to welcome in Arizona this year. It's kind of an interesting non-conference game.
Arizona have gotten better. They're not good.
They're not good. But, I mean, again, Mississippi State's got a coach. Frankly, do you know his name?
Zach Arnett.
I think that's correct.
Is that correct?
That is correct. Once you said it, I knew it was correct. I didn't know it before that. I think Mississippi State goes under South Kakalaki. I'm sort of
Gotta go over.
I've got to go over. I mean, like, I feel like Shane Beamer would make a little vignette about me if I didn't. So, yeah, have you seen this thing on the Office? You haven't seen that? You an Office fan? The Office? You don't like? Gosh. All right. Well, it wouldn't be funny to you then. But anyway, it was a great, like, almost shot-for-shot remake about one of the more famous beginnings. The Office is very famous for it had like a 2-minute mini episode before it got into its intro and then the actual show itself. And like the 2-minute thing was always something sort of offbeat. And in this particular episode, because they thought people were driving too fast out by the office, they said, let's put a speed sign out there, that clocks your speed. Well, what it actually almost caused more wrecks because a lot of the office people, including Michael Scott, who was the boss, he went out there and they were trying to run and see how fast they would get clocked running. Well, they were all getting, like 4 miles an hour, 6 miles an hour, 10 miles an hour, whatever. And then Mike said, all right, I'm going to go again. Like he cut in front of somebody. And as he was running, a car comes by him and it says 35 miles an hour. He goes, 35, that's my new number. And they were like, that's impossible. He's like, nope, 35 is my number. Beat it, And Shane Beamer reenacted that. It was pretty funny with like a bunch of his players. It was cool.
Okay. It's a long way around.
That was a long story. And I probably should have just shown you the video.
That's true. Mizzou, 6.5. You're going under.
I'm going under. I mean, just tell me who they beat.
They had a lot of close games last year. I'll give them that. They should have beat Auburn. They should have beat Georgia. But, yeah, they're not going to. That's 6-6. Kentucky, 6-5. 6.5, I mean.
Oh, man. I'm going to go over. I like is it Levy that's coming in for them or Leary?
I have
the new quarterback they've got coming in from NC State. He's a pretty good player. And, again, I mean, you got to figure in, first of all, they don't have a very tough non-conference. That Louisville is probably their toughest non-conference game, and they just lost their coach Cincinnati, right? Mm-hmm. So you feel like there's 4 wins right there. Then, okay, they play Vandy. There's 5 wins. Then, I mean, do I think they will beat somebody like Kentucky always plays Mississippi State? There's 6 wins, in my opinion. All you got to do is win 1 more.
Yeah.
They'll beat somebody. I mean, they might not beat Georgia. They might not beat
Mark Stoops. He's been an 8-9 win.
Yeah, I mean, I like Kentucky over 6.5, sure.
All right, quickly, Florida, 5.5.
I got to go over. I mean, I think I'd be sick. Now, here's the problem. They open the season at Utah.
Yeah.
Good luck.
Beat them last year.
Utah led by Landon King.
Yeah.
Former Auburn great Landon King.
Yeah. I wish him well. I hope he makes 3 catches and they all spectacular. Vandy, 3.5. Will you give him 4 wins?
No, he can't do it.
You can't.
Can't do it.
All right, we're going to go take another break, but we'll be back with more Sports Blitz Live right after these messages.
Hi, this is Brian Bice with Bice Motors. With our all-star lineup of Dodge trucks, Jeep, SUVs, and Chrysler cars, we offer the area team dedicated to making your next vehicle purchase a positive experience. Our sales team offers competitive pricing, and we back up all sales with a service department second to none. Bice Motors also offers the area's best selection of pre-owned vehicles. Visit Bice Motors at 2133 Cherokee Road in Alexander City.
Guaranteed lowest price. Buy it at Bice. Bice Motors.
honey, it's Mom. Just wanted to call and check in, see how everything's going. You'll probably say not to worry. Everything is great. But we miss you. I'll call you back later. How are you? Tell me everything.
Everything's great. I love it here.
This is Joseph Dean with Alabama Funeral Homes. As many of you are aware, we had a fire that significantly damaged our facilities. We are in the process of getting those rebuilt. We apologize for any inconvenience this may have caused the families that we serve. I want you to know that we are capable of handling all of your needs at Frederick Dean Funeral Home of Opelika, which will be servicing Alabama Funeral Homes families. We can be reached at our same number, 256-896-4502, or by email at joseph@alabamafuneralhomes.com.
You've dreamed about the perfect house, a place to call your own, and a place to not only stretch out, but to grow. Auto Owners protects your house because to you, it's home. That's simple human sense. Happy to help, man. I was just over there talking to myself anyway.
Hey guys, this is Nate Paz with Airport Motors.
I'm Connor Branch with Fairway Auto Brokers in Opelika, Alabama.
And this is your first ever Lake Martin Summer Car Blitz.
That's right, Lake Martin. Airport Motors and Fairway Auto Brokers is teaming up for the very first Lake Martin Summer Car Blitz. Make sure to check out either website for the very best selection of pre-owned luxury trucks, SUVs, and sedans in East Alabama. Get pre-approved in minutes online and make sure to use the keyword Summer Blitz in the comments section for $500 off internet price. That's keyword Summer Blitz.
WF Cabinetry in Alex City has immediate openings for first and second shift production roles in addition to immediate openings for Class A CDL drivers with the ability to be at home weekly. We are ready for you to join our family and grow with us. Prior cabinet experience is always welcome. Second shift offers a flexible 10-hour, 4-day work schedule, giving you a great work-life balance right here at home. WF Cabinetry offers excellent health insurance and 401k benefits, as well as an employee purchase discount with daily production bonus opportunities. You can apply in person at 2212 Airport Boulevard in Alexander City or call 256-234-7900.
Welcome back, everyone, to Sports Blitz Live. Andy and Luke here with you. If you got any thoughts on win totals for the SEC, let us know. What do you think about Auburn, Alabama? Alabama at 10.5, Auburn at 6.5. Maybe some of these other ones. Georgia at 11.5, LSU 9.5. Those kind of things. So, if you got any thoughts about that, let us know, or just send us a message on the Sports Blitz Facebook page. Let's move on a little bit and play a little game here. How about big deal, little deal, no deal? This is something that's been around or came out several weeks ago. You and I have not had a chance to talk about it. But the clock will now stop after a first down in college football, except in the final 2 minutes. Big deal, little deal, no deal.
It's the other way around. You said the clock will now stop. Will not stop is what you mean, except in the final 2 minutes.
No, I mean the clock will stop after a first down in the final 2 minutes.
Okay. Whatever. I know what you're saying. What you're saying is the clock used to stop after a first down all the time. Yeah. Now only after the 2 minutes. I think it's a big deal. I don't understand. We keep letting the tail wag the dog. Okay, we're trying to shorten the game, trying to have a few less commercials. Nobody wants to do that because that's where all the money comes from. I get it. I understand that. I'm just saying now we're starting to screw with the fundamentals of the game. This has been college football forever. Now, I understand you make changes. We're trying to take concussions out of the game, so we've added in targeting. But I think we've overcorrected there too.
Yeah.
And I think this is really this would be so much easier if we said we're going to have one fewer TV break. Just one. Now, that's millions of dollars, I'm sure. And it's easy for me to say because it's not my millions. But I think everybody's got to give a little bit here. And instead, what we're doing is taking more from the game itself. And I just don't like that. I mean, it's more of the NFLification of the college game.
Yeah, I think that's as much of it. They want to be like the NFL.
And I understand, because the NFL is the most successful sports league, I guess, in the world. But college has its own niche. Why do you want to be NFL junior when you've got your own thing and you've got your own passionate fan base? I don't know. I don't like it. I think it's a very big deal. I'm tired of these rule tweaks where it seems like things would be so much simpler. Like, you know what, if you think somebody is targeting, fine. If you think they're targeting, make it a 15-yard penalty, make them sit out the rest of the quarter, make them do something. I don't like throwing people out for a game. I certainly don't like throwing them out for, if you do it in the second half, you'd miss the half the next game. I think that's so stupid. Yeah. Because really, the penalty is much worse if you do it on the first play of the second half versus the last play of the game. You only miss a half if you do it last play of the game. You know what I mean? Whereas you miss a full game if you do it first play. I don't know. I just think we keep overthinking a lot of this stuff. And really, let's do less pregame. Let's do less something. Let's take one commercial break out and see what that does.
I don't know as I've ever heard anybody complain about the length of a college football game.
I have.
I haven't.
Well, and the reason is because the games have gotten longer. And it is, while it's been an investment, times have changed a little bit. So I get.
Don't start a game at 8 o'clock.
Totally with you there. Okay? Like the 8:15 starts for SEC games is ridiculous, is stupid. But I don't think a college football game should last 4 hours from opening kick to the end. I mean, if it's not overtime. I'm fine with saying, a game should go, if it starts at 2:30, it should be done by 6. It should be done by 6. Now, over, like not screwing around, like probably done by 5:30. And they're kind of eking on into 6:15, 6:30 now. And that's a little silly. Now, the game has changed because people are passing more. Yeah. So, incompletions, whatever, stopping the clock. But if you just took out one commercial break, I think you'd be amazed how much time that would save.
And you put a cap on, you got 1 minute or you got 2 minutes to do a review. That's it.
Definitely. Put a cap on the number of reviews. Yeah. Why? If we want to go NFL, I tell you an NFL rule I'd rather adopt. You challenge. Now, I hate the NFL's rule about we're also going to review every turnover and every single score and play, and every review under 2 minutes comes from the booth. I don't like those either. I think you should be, let's just say everybody gets 3 challenges. No, if you get the first 2 right, you get the next one or whatever. No, everybody gets 3 challenges. You win them or you lose them, whatever. I think that would save a ton of time. Yeah. I just think this is the worst of the things to save time with.
I don't disagree. True or false, Auburn softball got royally screwed?
It's true, and it pains me to say it because Auburn fans love to say the NCAA and the world and Time Magazine and, everybody's just out to get them all the time. Everybody's out.
Only because it's true.
It's not. Yeah, it's not. You're not being paranoid if they really are out to get you. I understand, but it's really. I hate that this has given Auburn people a leg to stand on because they did get screwed. Okay, they should have been. Look, there 2 things happened that really make Auburn fans mad. I think Alabama was seeded way too high. I have no problem saying that as a total Bama homer. Alabama was seeded way too high. I don't understand it. I keep trying to find a way to justify it, and the only thing I can figure out is that they really are punishing Auburn for a weak non-conference schedule. And now there'll be an Auburn fan say, well, we played Oklahoma twice. Yes, and you got railroaded twice. So I guess that's it. But I understand.
Why are you playing the games?
No, look, I'm against that argument because I do see, like, if you just want to say, hey, if they go undefeated, they need as much credit as anybody else who does anything. No, that's not.
You play in the SEC.
I know. I'm with you on this, Andy. I'm
That's
with
why
you.
I say, why are we playing the game?
I'm with you on the getting hosed part. if the committee, I think the committee can make the same point, making Auburn the 14 seed and saying, hey, y'all would have been the 8 seed or the 5 seed or the 6 seed if you played a schedule that somebody wanted to watch outside of the conference. Now, here's the other thing. I heard an Auburn fan saying today, well, you do play in the SEC, and they got so hot down the stretch, and that should matter more. I hate the got hot down the stretch. It should matter more.
That wasn't the softball team. Softball team was good all year.
Well, they were.
The baseball team has gotten hot.
No, the softball team also did better late. I mean, they won 2 out of 3 at Alabama. They won 2 out of 3 at LSU. Both of those teams got to host, and then the top 10. So, I mean, I think the softball team got a little hot towards the end too. And really, they were an out away from playing for the championship. So I understand the baseball team also got hot, or even hotter. But, again, I think Auburn got hosed. I think that's totally true. All I'm saying is I'm trying to put myself in the position of the committee saying, all right, why would you do that? And my only rationale, and I go back to, I think it was 2001 when Alabama got left out of the NCAA basketball tournament. And Alabama had a better record than Georgia. They beat Georgia head-to-head. I think they may have even beat them twice that year. They did better in the SEC tournament than they did. They had a much better record. And Georgia got in, and the message was, you didn't play anybody in the non-conference. And I was like, and from that point forward, Mark Godfrey started scheduling harder. So maybe Mickey Dean will schedule better. Now, they are still in the tournament. So that's a positive. But, yes, they got hosed. They should have been, in my opinion, they probably should have been 11 at worst.
Yeah, well, third in the SEC, went to Tuscaloosa in 2-3, which I don't know has happened in my lifetime.
It's the first time they've won in Tuscaloosa in a long time.
Yeah. And took 2 or 3 from LSU, by the way. But
I feel like they should have, honestly.
Like 5 teams in the SEC ahead of them. I mean, it's just.
I think that's, again, what makes it even harder to swallow as an Auburn fan, and I get this, is that Alabama was the 5 seed.
I mean, that doesn't bother me. Alabama's been really good. They have proven that
but
they
Alabama
can get to the
doesn't
World
deserve
Series.
a 5 seed.
They don't, but I can understand. That doesn't bother me. Making Auburn, and it's like almost, it's almost as if they said, you know, Auburn, we don't really appreciate, you know, your softball team, so we're going to screw you and put you, we're going to make you the number 17 seed, basically, and put you in the 16 bracket, so you'll have to face Oklahoma.
If you were fortunate enough.
If you are fortunate enough to win.
Well, and because they do play, Cal State Fullerton first, who's not bad.
Yeah.
And then if you are able to get out of Clemson, by the way, going to Clemson's almost ironic and sort of a piss off because, I mean, everybody's always ties Auburn and Clemson together kind of, and you're like, okay. And didn't Auburn play Clemson last year in the tournament or something? There was some Clemson other tie-in.
Maybe.
But anyway, yeah, I think they got hosed. I do. And I haven't heard a good explanation of it. The only, again, I'm not saying this is right. I'm just saying it certainly wouldn't have cost, if I was doing the rankings, it wouldn't have cost them, 6 or 5 spots. I mean, I would have at the very least had Auburn at 16 for the love of God. I mean, they are in the SEC. That should mean something.
Yeah.
So
if you're going to screw them, at least let them host.
Yeah.
We got to take another break. We'll be back with one final segment in the first hour of tonight's show.
Here comes Sun, Sun's Kia of Montgomery. The name synonymous with trust and big savings. And right now, save big when you purchase a 2023 Kia Forte for as low as $399 per month. That's right, $399 per month. Sun's Automotive, family-owned, family-driven. Here comes Sun, Sun's Kia of Montgomery. The name synonymous with trust and big savings. Right now, purchase a 2023 Kia K5 for as low as $399 per month. That's right, $399 per month. Sun's Automotive, family-owned, family-driven.
Whether it's Lake Martin, Lay Lake, or Logan Martin, boaters from all over the state of Alabama come to Alex City Marine, just off Highway 280 in Alexander City, Alabama, because it's worth the drive. With the best deals on unbeatable Suzuki outboards, Manitou and Landau Tritoons, and a great pre-owned inventory while they last. Alex City Marine is the pros the locals know. And no matter where you're from, when you're here, you're local to us. Alex City Marine, just off Highway 280 in Alexander City, Alabama. AlexCityMarine.com. You don't have to ask who, what, or why. Who's Diner is the go-to place for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Conveniently located at the corner of Highway 22 and 280 in Alex City. Who's Diner offers the best meals and the best deals in town. Try our fresh made-from-scratch pancakes, chicken salad, Philly cheesesteak, or the Who Burger. It doesn't get any better than Who? Who's Diner, of course, on the corner of Highway 22 and 280. Who's hungry? The same professionals you've trusted with your urgent care is now your primary health provider. Main Street Family Care. We provide annual physical exams as well as monitoring health conditions such as high blood pressure, diabetes, asthma, and more. All major insurances accepted. Medicaid, Medicare, and have self-pay options to accommodate everyone. See us in Alex City, just across from Walmart. Your care is our primary concern.
Main Street Family Urgent Care. Heal better, feel better fast.
Coastal Construction Design is the area's storm specialist experts and offers free roof inspections absolutely free to assess your needs. Their roofing experts get your home or commercial needs handled from start to finish. They have worked with all major insurance sources for decades, and they are permitted and approved for Lake Martin. Coastal Construction Design also handles exterior restoration, including siding and gutters. They are also a GAF certified contractor. Visit coastalconstruction.pro or call 251-215-3429. Coastal Construction Design. All things roofing from start to end.
Why is Sarah Automotive Group on Highway 280 in Sylacauga the place for the best deals on your new ride? 3 compelling reasons. 1. With 3 full new car dealers on one lot, you get the best comparison and incentives on Fords, Hondas, and Nissans. Unmatched selection. 2. Sarah pays over market value for your trade to maintain East Central Alabama's best pre-owned vehicle selection and sale. And 3. The Sarah Automotive price won't be beat and delivers lower payments and huge value on your next buy. Shop online or on Highway 280 in Sylacauga.
Welcome back, everyone, to Sports Blitz Live. Andy and Luke here with you, wrapping up the first hour in tonight's program. But never fear, we'll be back with hour number 2 after this segment. Let's continue on here. How about true or false, the Lakers win the NBA championship? Game 1 with the Nuggets tonight, by the way. A play-in team, no less.
I know. And, again,
to further your point.
I know.
Or your tirade.
I know, and that's why it bothers me. But okay, I don't think they'll win it because I think Denver could beat them. Denver's so good. Jokic is so good right now. He's so good. But then Boston also in the Heat. Jimmy Buckets is playing out of his mind. But I think the Celtics or the Denver Nuggets will get them. And, boy, this feels like the kind of thing where if LeBron really wanted to create a debate about who the best ever was, if this team were to win it and then he retired, I think the argument would be at least there'd be an argument. I still don't think there is an argument. I still think it's Jordan, right? I could see if he retired and said, hey, I took the 7th seed in the playoffs and won an NBA championship,
Not necessarily if he's playing the 8th seed.
Yeah, true. I don't know. I don't think they'll win it, so I'll say false.
Okay. What's the chances Alabama softball makes the World Series without Montana fouls?
0. I don't know if they go to Tuscaloosa without fouls.
Anything lately? The latest on her condition?
Jimmy Stein, who does Locked On Bama with me, works for On 3. He's very clued in. After we did our podcast today, I said, is there anything going on? Because, we can't say everything that he knows is happening. He was like, I'm still trying to find out what's going on with fouls. He said, everybody's being either super tight-lipped or people really don't know. So,
it didn't look good.
Huh?
It didn't look good.
It did not look good. And Alabama certainly needs her. And I think they could win this weekend, but I don't think they'd win the next weekend. Whoever that would be.
What's the chances Aaron Rodgers leads the Jets to the playoffs?
Oh, I think that's like 80%.
Really?
I think they have a good shot. I mean, look at their division. I mean, boy, now that I said that, their division's pretty strong, right? I mean, I think the Dolphins have a good shot to make the playoffs again, assuming you keep Tua upright. Then you've got the Bills that are as good as anybody. And then you got New England, who's, it looks like they are just, it looks like they're tanking already. They are doing everything they can to not do well. Their draft was so peculiar to me. So I feel like the Jets have a really good shot. And look, I think Aaron Rodgers is still, he's one of the greatest quarterbacks of all time, and I think that he's still got a lot to offer. He's used to playing in these kind of conditions, the colder conditions. And I think the Jets have a really good shot to make it.
Okay. Over or under SEC teams in the College World Series, 3.5?
I'll go under. I don't think I think the SEC certainly gets a lot of credit, and it should. It is a meat grinder. There's no doubt. We say that all the time. But, Vandy's tailing off a little bit. Auburn is very, very hot right now. But, can you keep it up for, through the SEC tournament into NCAAs? I still don't think Auburn will be hosting anything, so there'll be a 2 seed somewhere, and then they'd have to go, somewhere else and win. LSU.
If they sweep Missouri.
They could host.
17 and 13.
Could host.
I think you host.
Yeah, could. Then you've got.
But that's no guarantee.
Yeah. Then you've got LSU. They're again very good, but they lost 2 or 3 to Auburn. Florida's coming around.
Florida's played extremely well. LSU is still as dangerous as ever.
And South Carolina. They can be good, but they can also just.
Tennessee's red hot.
Tennessee is coming on really strong. So, but again, I don't see. LSU, I guess, who's number 1 right now? Is it still LSU?
Arkansas is number 2.
Arkansas is number 2? Arkansas very good.
Wake Forest is number 1.
Oh, wow. I'm still going to go under. That means you got to get half the field, and I know the SEC has done it before. I just don't see them doing it this year.
Okay. Got to take another break. The first half is over, but we'll be back with hour number 2 right after this.
Continental Roofing is your local roofer. If you think you have roof damage, call Continental Roofing for a free inspection and let us provide all the paperwork necessary to open your insurance claim. We work very well with all insurance companies, but we work for you. Your interests come first. You have assurance that Continental will install a quality roof at a fair price. In the unlikely case that you have a warranty issue, you can have the peace of mind knowing that Continental Roofing is your local roofer.
Life is a sequence of little successes. The story of my Southern Union success began the day I walked on campus, making new friends, mastering a new skill, reaching a personal goal, the encore performance, the first date, the internship, and now, soon, the dream job. That's the story of my Southern Union success. Register for classes and get ready to watch your Southern Union story come to life.
If you're tired of the same old and you're hungry for something really good, then it's time to go to JR's Sports Bar and Grill. JR's has the best fingers and wings around, and their menu is loaded with appetizers, burgers, salads, and so much more. Follow JR's on their Facebook to keep up with their live music events and drink specials. And if after a long day you just want to stay in, remember JR's delivers. Call in your order at 256-329-2328. JR Sports Bar and Grill, 145 Alabama Street in Alexander City.
They say we live in an age of big data, where computers and fancy algorithms are supposed to know you best. But at Country Financial, we know helping you own your future requires, well, something much bigger. Contact your local Country Financial representative and start planning for your future with a personal touch.
When you need an automotive hero, you got to call S&S Discount Tire Pros. With locations in Alexander City and Dayville, we are here to serve you today. From quick services like oil changes and tire rotations to in-depth automotive repairs such as suspensions, brakes, and tune-ups, S&S can take care of all your tire needs. You just have to focus on what's important and love the drive. Call S&S Discount Tire Pros today. We are automotive heroes, and we are here to serve you.
Way to Glenn Smith Chevrolet. Check out the powerful new Chevrolet Silverado 4-wheel drive coupe. Discounted up to $9,750 off. New Chevy Traverse up to $5,250 off. Shop online anytime at glennsmith.com. That's GLYNN Smith.com. Plus, no payments for 90 days at Glenn Smith Chevrolet.
Over 250 new and used vehicles on the lot or on the way to Glenn Smith and Opelika. Get ready to smile.
Hello again and welcome back to Sports Blitz Live. Andy Graham and Luke Robinson here with you up until 9 o'clock this evening. Thank you so much for all of you out there being with us. We are brought to you each and every Tuesday evening by JR Sports Bar and Grill and Sunshine Heating and Air, Alex City Marine, sponsoring this segment. We appreciate all of you out there being with us. Dial us up on the Sports Blitz Facebook page at Sports with a Z and comment away, or you can dial us up the old-fashioned way, 256-234-6221, and give us a call if you got any thoughts on any of the things that we talk about. By all means, let us know. We are going through playing some games here. How about a bigger deal? This is just for you. Major League Baseball pitch clock, or the change in the schedule where you don't play the guys in your division like 6 or 7 times. You play everybody in Major League Baseball at least once.
I thought you didn't do that anyway?
No. Has never done that.
Okay.
You know, the American League and National League used to not play at all.
I knew that.
Okay.
But I thought, oh, that's right. I didn't know that. I know it's Sports Blitz. I just don't watch Major League Baseball. I can't do it.
You know, they do have a pitch. They pitch.
I know the pitch. I know the pitch clock.
It has made a significant difference.
And I think that's helped. And, you know, there again, I know it. I'm the traditionalist is being more non-traditional, saying baseball needed this.
Yeah.
Baseball did need to speed up. I know Brett likes to say that there was somebody going, why are we always in such a hurry to get home? It's not necessarily in such a hurry to get home. Baseball had so much dead time. I mean, just, there's nothing going on. I mean, and you can talk about football having breaks in between, but there's literally strategy every single play. And everybody at least is in motion every play. In baseball, I mean, if you're the left fielder, I mean, you might not see a ball the whole game.
It's true.
So the pitch clock was needed, and also it forces guys to let's get it on, man. Let's do it.
It has made a difference, and I will say that I think it's a pretty good thing. However, I will say the schedule for me, I love that.
I do too.
That is like I mean, you know, certain things happen, decisions are made, and you're like, how in the world has it taken this long to have this implemented? I mean, you play everybody in Major League Baseball. That way, you get to go see their park. You get to see Mike Trout and Shohei Ohtani and all these guys that you would never normally get to see in like every 4 or 5 years.
And why the hell do you want to see the Washington Nationals 6 times?
That's a great question. Nobody says that.
Washington Nationals fans don't want to see the Washington Nationals 6 times.
Absolutely. All right, more or less. More shocking. Brad Bohannon gets caught betting on the opponent, or Stetson Bennett didn't graduate from Georgia.
Oh, I'm not shocked that Stetson Bennett didn't graduate. I mean, it's only rumored he didn't.
6 years.
I saw his arrest video. I'm surprised.
I'd forgotten about that.
I mean, he did the equivalent of, like, the cops are questioning him. He's like, look over there, and then takes off running. That's what he did.
Gets tackled by
I'm shocked he was able to stay in school 6 years. Now, Brad Bohannon, betting against your own team while you're about to play, literally about to have first pitch, and you do it with a guy who's in Cincinnati who does it at the Reds Stadium at a time when the Reds aren't even playing. I know that's not all that strange because there are sports books at these stadiums. I get that. But it's so dumb, and it's the fact that you thought nobody would notice. I mean, it was apparently a significant bet somewhere, you know, in the 5 figures. So, I mean, $15,000, $20,000. FanDuel, let me put it this way. FanDuel, which is the most popular sports book in the country, I think. They had 0 bets on it. Nobody who opens a FanDuel app, gets on FanDuel on the computer, none of that. Nobody bet on Bama LSU. Nobody. Not one person. So when you place a bet for 25 grand or 20 grand or whatever it was on Alabama LSU, and nobody else has bet on FanDuel, and they're like, yeah, the only other bet was like $150, that's going to raise a red flag. Mm-hmm. And it's mind-blowingly stupid. Let me put it another way. Brad Bohannon was making $500,000 and some odd thousand a year to coach a middling baseball team that nobody had expectations for, that Alabama fans were like, just try not to embarrass us. Try not to, just go out there and play your best. We will cheer for you. But we don't expect you to go to the College World Series and win it. We don't expect that. If you go, great, more power to you, we'll give you a raise. But you don't have to. You just need to make the tournament, put forth a promising team, and we understand we're behind the 8 ball. The only thing we ask that you not do is bet against your team right before tip-off or kickoff or first pitch or whatever the hell it is.
Try to lose.
Yeah, that's the only thing we ask. Don't tank on purpose.
Yeah.
So that's all we ask. And you did it. So you give up a career. You bet. I mean, the rumors I've heard of $15,000, $20,000. Let's say you bet $20,000. You make $500,000 and some odd thousand a year in Tuscaloosa, where the cost of living is low, and you probably, I mean, Brad Bohannon doesn't strike me as a clothes horse. He probably wears that baseball uniform everywhere he goes, so he's got free clothes. I mean,
has it been confirmed, proven that he was making a bet?
He was on the phone. They have synchronized the video where he's on the phone with the guy who placed the bet. Now, do I know if he said, I'll split it with you, or if he was just telling the guy? It doesn't matter. Yeah. It doesn't matter. It's so dumb. At first, when it first came out, I was thinking, this is probably pretty innocuous. Like, Brad Bohannon probably told a friend or a cousin or whatever, like, hey, I got to scratch my pitcher tonight. Here's the other ironic thing. The line didn't move. It didn't go from minus 245 to minus 700. Minus 245 on a baseball game is pretty high anyway, so I think it just stayed right about there. Like the highest baseball line you ever see is like minus 350.
Okay.
And so it stayed right there. And it's so, I don't know what to say other than it's one of the dumbest moves I've ever seen anybody make. Like, you had a dream job. I mean, literally, I don't think Brad Bohannon had any aspirations to be the Yankee skipper. You know, he had a dream gig. I mean, there's no pressure. Just don't be last. You don't have to be first. And don't bet against us.
Yeah.
If you bet on us. We'll get behind you. We will Pete Rose slide into first base head first with you if you will just not bet against us.
Yeah.
It's so dumb, I can't even – I get mad talking about it, and I don't care about baseball.
Still, though, 6 years with tutors, and you don't correct. What in the world is going on?
Okay, here, let's. I think you can combine these two things. What Brad Bohannon did sounds like something a guy who went to college for 6 years with no degree would do.
I agree. Wow. Up against the break here. Don't go anywhere. We'll be back with more Sports Blitz Live right after this.
WF Cabinetry in Alex City has immediate openings for first and second shift production roles, in addition to immediate openings for Class A CDL drivers with the ability to be at home weekly. We are ready for you to join our family and grow with us. Prior cabinet experience is always welcome. Second shift offers a flexible 10-hour, 4-day work schedule, giving you a great work-life balance right here at home. WF Cabinetry offers excellent health insurance and 401k benefits, as well as an employee purchase discount with daily production bonus opportunities. You can apply in person at 2212 Airport Boulevard in Alexander City, or call 256-234-7900.
Have you stopped by Lifesavers Mission Thrift Store lately? If you haven't, you should. You'll find great pieces for your favorite do-it-yourself project. Lightly used name brand clothing by Free People, North Face, Matilda Jane, Patagonia, and a whole lot more. And while you're there, don't miss the shoes, decorative pieces, classic and new books, and Auburn and Alabama gear that won't cost you a fortune. So stop and shop at Lifesavers Mission Thrift Store today for a unique thrift experience that won't break the budget. Lifesavers Mission Thrift, located on East University behind Zaxby's.
OGS Tournaments. Russell Marine and State Farm agent Aaron Warren present Crank for Bank 2023, April 1st through July 4th. Win over $1.5 million in cash and prizes. Over 200 tag bass and 50 tag crappie are waiting on you. All ages are welcome. Fish from the dock, boat, or shores of Lake Martin. Get registered now online at crankforbank.com for only $110 for 13 weeks of fishing. It's Crank for Bank 2023. Heritage South Credit Union in Alexander City is your community credit union, and they have been for over 80 years. Heritage South Credit Union proudly serves Tallapoosa, Coosa, Lee, Chambers, Randolph, and Chilton counties. From checking to business accounts, to share savings to club accounts, to their kids club and investments. Visit them online at myhscu.com. Heritage South Credit Union, your community credit union for 80 years. Federally insured by NCUA.
Planting season is here, and the Potting Shed Garden Center is happy to give you professional landscaping advice when it comes to planting your shrubs and trees. Auburn's best kept secret will have it all this fall. Mums, pansies, pumpkins, and much more. All in an array of colors and sizes, along with beautiful pots and containers, indoor plants, and a great selection of other gardening gifts. It's all at the Potting Shed Garden Shop, where natural elements reign supreme. Located on the corner of Moore's Mill and Society Hill Road in Auburn.
Hey, I'm Jeff Burt, General Manager here at Greenway Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram in Anniston, where it's Ram Truck Month. Save up to $12,176 off Ram 1500 Crew Cab Bighorn. That's a savings of 20%. Or select 1.9% interest for 72 months and save over $13,500 in interest. So come see us for all these deals and more here at Greenway Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram in Anniston.
Welcome back, everyone, to Sports Blitz Live. Andy and Luke here with you. About 45 more minutes left in tonight's show. I got one more here. You could tell I'm at the bottom of the barrel here because I don't even know the answer to this, but more or less deserving to be fired. Doc Rivers with the 76ers or Monty Williams with the Suns?
I mean, I think you got to go Doc Rivers. I mean, look.
He was there 3 years. Monty was there 4.
Now, Monty Williams, I think, did win Coach of the Year twice in those 4 years, and he's fired. I mean, that's just, somebody tweeted out, I think Jake Crane tweeted out, like, who would want to coach in the NBA? I'm like, I would. Get fired and get a bunch of money. I mean, not a big deal. But, I mean, these coaches all have a competitive spirit, and so they don't want to be fired, obviously. But, I mean, the 76ers, I mean, they ran up against Boston, who's really good. And, yeah, I mean, they took them to Game 7. It didn't work out, but they were the lower-seeded team. And I guess you could say that's one of the reasons he's fired, because they should have been the higher-seeded team. Well, I mean, I'm just telling you, it's a tough gig. Now, here's the thing about here's the thing. I bet you Bohannon took the Sixers, though. But, the Suns, they picked up Kevin Durant, and you'd think, okay, they're going to march right through. Well, it takes a little time to get some chemistry. I mean, they've got Devin Booker, who is awesome. Chris Paul got hurt in the playoffs. That didn't help him out. And they run up against a Denver team that nobody watches and nobody really wants to know is good, but they're really good. And, Jokic could have won his 3rd MVP in a row, really. Probably should have. I mean, Embiid got it. Embiid's really good too. But I'm saying that it's Denver's really, really good. And they beat the Suns up. They're just a better team. And again, I hate that I hate it. It's almost universal now. Like, coaches just don't get any time to put their stamp on a team.
That's for sure.
It's everybody. I mean, shoot, the Milwaukee coach won it all 2 years ago, and he's fired this year. Yes, they were the 1 seed. Yes, they lose to the Heat in the first round. They shouldn't have done it, but they ran up on a buzzsaw. And, I mean, they had some health issues too. So instead of giving him a little slack, I mean, they just can't them. I mean,
patience is a 4-letter word now.
Yes.
All right. Everybody in our group has made their post-spring predictions. which these are not etched in stone. These are just kind of off the cuff, and we'll come back in the fall and make some permanent. We can change these if we'd like to. I'd like to give you a chance to make yours, and we will definitely hold them against you. Let's start with the East.
Okay.
You want to start at the bottom or the top?
Well, I mean, if you don't have Georgia, I'm going to have you drug tested.
Yeah. Everybody has Georgia.
All right. And then I'm probably going to put Tennessee too.
Okay.
Then it starts getting a little more dicey. But, I mean, why not South Carolina?
Why not?
I'll go South Kakalaki. Then, I'm having to remember all these teams. I will go Kentucky.
Okay.
I will go Missouri.
Above the Gators.
I think I will.
Okay.
And then I'll go the Gators, then I'll go Vandy.
See, I'm betting on the 2-year bounce. And Billy Napier.
I'm going to swap Florida and Missouri. I'm going to swap Florida and Missouri.
I got Florida at 3.
Whoa.
Yeah, I'm probably going to change that one. But
I mean, I got them 4.
Yeah.
That's a big award.
Maybe they do. But that's it. You know, Georgia, like you said, and we went through earlier, you know, they're maybe 1 or 2 landmines, but they're very small. Can Tennessee possibly? I mean, what's the chances Tennessee could win the East?
I mean, I don't like their chances. I mean, they do have to travel to Alabama. They got Georgia at home. Texas A&M is their crossover. They got them in Knoxville. They got South Carolina at home because I remember South Carolina pretty famously beat them in Columbia last year. They travel to Florida, I think, right? Boy, that's a big game. They have to. Yeah, that's a big game. And then, I mean, they travel to Kentucky. I feel like Tennessee's just going to be second. I just don't see how they're going to win it.
Yeah, I would probably agree with that. A lot of people are happy with Shane Beamer. Very impressed. You obviously as well.
I like him. I just think he's a fun guy. I think he's perfect for South Kakalaki.
Yeah.
You know, make it fun. People got to understand you're not winning it all. I mean, he's the Brad Bohannon of South Carolina. Just don't bet against them.
Just don't bet against your team. It's really only that wrong.
It really is. That's it. That's
it's that simple.
I mean, it's so easy. And I know, like, when somebody tells you can't do something, part of you's like, I bet I could do that.
Hold my beer.
I know.
Well, let's say Florida does end up below, like right above Vandy. Do they fire Billy Napier?
I think they could. I mean, why not? You're firing Doc Rivers after 3 years. I mean, you fired the last guy after 2 years. Wasn't Mullen only there 2 years?
Yeah, 2 or 3. They fired again. What's his name before him?
McElwain.
After 2 or 3 years.
Yeah.
Because he humped a shark. I mean.
Actually, that's not why they fired him. I think if he had done that, I think that would almost be worthy of a raise. I mean, like, how many people have pulled that off?
I mean,
you know, the guy.
Admire the guy.
The guy who actually took that picture, like, his life was kind of ruined for a while. And I mean, frankly,
not the guy that took the picture.
No, it's
the guy that's in the picture.
It should have been ruined for a while.
Yeah.
Now, I'm sort of like, I don't think he should be punished forever, but he needed a little ribbing. I mean,
McElwain,
you can't Jim McElwain. But Jim McElwain, boy, he did look like that guy humping that shark.
He did. I mean, granted, that guy was about 25, 30 pounds
if we have
heavier.
I don't know how good our production crew is in the back. Reed, if you're back there, if you're listening, if you can find that picture of the Jim McElwain doppelganger mounting that shark and put it up there, I would be forever grateful.
Oh, me. Whew. Yeah. Well, I tell you what, we'll give you a little time to do that. We'll go ahead and take a break. And
how would you like to be like at a, you know, like you're going through, I mean, again, you're going through some depression or whatever because all this, and everybody's like, yeah, you know, I lost my job, I had an addiction, I lost my family, and everybody, like, what happened to you? I got viral because I happened to look like a pretty bad football coach, and I was naked on top of a shark for some reason. And everybody's like, that's you? That was you?
Yeah.
I mean,
how could you do
How,
that?
you disgusting. I mean, like PETA hated him.
Oh, man. We got to take a break. We'll be back with more right after these messages.
Here comes Sun's Kia of Montgomery. The name synonymous with trust and big savings. And right now, save big when you purchase a 2023 Kia Forte for as low as $399 per month. That's right, $399 per month. Sun's Automotive, family owned, family driven. Here comes Sun's Kia of Montgomery. The name synonymous with trust and big savings. Right now, purchase a 2023 Kia K5 for as low as $399 per month. That's right, $399 per month. Sun's Automotive, family owned, family driven.
At C&T Electric, our clients are our priority. For the safety and security of your family and home, our technicians are professionally trained, drug tested, background checked, and wear uniforms with name tags. We're proud to have served the Elk City, Dadeville, and Lake Martin areas for the past 10 years. Give us a call at 256-234-0007 for all your electrical service and repair needs, or visit us on the web at www.cntelectricllc.com and spell out the word "and."
Have you met your local farmer's insurance agent, Patrick Holina? He proudly serves Tallapoosa County and Alexander City families and businesses and is ready to review your existing policies or provide a no-obligation quote today. Call the Holina Agency at 256-234-0037 or stop in today at 704 Commerce Drive to get smarter about your insurance. Again, that's the Holina Agency, 256-234-0037.
We are farmers. Bum, ba-dum, bum, 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 bum.
Underwritten by Farmers Truck Fire Insurance Exchanges and Affiliates. Products not available in every state.
The food at Oscar's Cafe makes your mouth water. At Oscar's, enjoy great tasting catfish, or maybe you're just in the mood for one of Oscar's fresh salads. Even kids know the place for a fine meal is Oscar's with a great kids menu. Oscar's also has great tasting burgers full of backyard flavor. So come on out to Oscar's Cafe for great food and homegrown hospitality. We're located on Highway 49 South in Dadeville, just before the Blue Creek Bridge. And remember, it's all fun and games till there's only one cheese ball left.
Life is a sequence of little successes. The story of my Southern Union success began the day I walked on campus, making new friends, mastering a new skill, reaching a personal goal, the encore performance, the first date, the internship, and now, soon, the dream job. That's the story of my Southern Union success. Register for classes and get ready to watch your Southern Union story come to life.
OGS Tournaments. Russell Marine and State Farm agent Aaron Warren present Crank for Bank 2023, April 1st through July 4th. Win over $1.5 million in cash and prizes. Over 200 tag bass and 50 tag crappie are waiting on you. All ages are welcome. Fish from the dock, boat, or shores of Lake Martin. Get registered now online at crankforbank.com for only $110 for 13 weeks of fishing. It's Crank for Bank 2023.
Welcome back, everyone, to Sports Blitz Live. Andy and Luke here with you. Brace yourselves.
Brace yourselves, and here we go. Reed, put it up there, bruh. And there it is. The overweight Jim McElwain doppelganger on top of a shark. I mean,
naked.
Yeah, I mean, that is a whole nother element to this. Like,
well, the shark doesn't have clothes on, so I guess
I understand, but the shark is like, you've already caught me and put me in the boat. What? How could you possibly humiliate me more?
This is how Jaws starts. This is how.
That's
you get
Jaws
revenge.
6.
Oh my, I had forgotten. That's yeah.
I mean, if you're Jim McElwain, you're like, I'm just sitting over here. I don't even fish.
Yeah, really.
Like,
if I'm Jim McElwain, I'm like, dude, that guy's 300 pounds, and you really think that's?
I mean, I'm jogging now. I'm still jogging. I've gone Forrest Gump, running across the country, not stop jogging till I make sure people don't think I look like that guy. Not that guy is incredibly unattractive. I shouldn't even say that. That makes me sound awful. But, oh, God, that is so funny. Can you imagine,
how
like,
long ago was that? My goodness.
It
5 or 6 years.
And you know what? It feels like that's something Gus Malzahn would have done, doesn't it?
You did see the video of him doing. You can't touch this.
Yeah, I know the breakdancing thing. Yeah.
Yeah. Gus is not laying on a shark naked. No, that's not Gus.
See, when you're back, this is the kind of stuff we can do now that Brett's not here. We can put shark porn.
Really. All right, we did the East. Now we can do the West.
Finamax, late night Finamax.
Oh, that's nice.
Like that?
Yeah. All right, who you got winning the West?
I mean, I got Alabama. I mean, again, I'm going to go Alabama winning the West, and I think that LSU will be 2. Boy, it becomes really.
Yeah, it's a clogged mess after that.
I think after 1, it becomes sort of a clogged mess. Look, I will probably say Ole Miss next. They do have a nice quarterback room. None of their guys, I think, is like an all-star, but Jackson Dart's very good. The boy Walker Howard coming over is pretty good. The kid from Oklahoma State's pretty good. Walker Howard coming over from LSU.
Really?
Yeah.
Did he ever play?
He was highly, highly, highly thought of.
Okay. Well, at least he was highly thought.
Yeah, I mean, that's all. Look, the transfer portal, that's all you can know about these guys, really. But I feel like Ole Miss, I think they do have the best running back in the SEC, at least, don't you?
I don't know who'd be better.
Yeah, Quinshon Judkins is a dude.
Based on what he did last year.
They did just have to kick out Chris Marshall, who was a former 5-star wide receiver, transferred over from A&M, got in some trouble there, and he
if Lane kicked him off.
Yeah, there's no telling. There's no telling what he did. I mean, Sharks, you got to hump to get kicked out of Ole Miss these days. But so I'm tempted.
So Alabama, LSU, Ole Miss.
I'm torn, Auburn or Arkansas. I'll go Arkansas because they play Auburn in Arkansas, and they do have a better quarterback. And I guess in when in doubt, go with the quarterback, KJ Jefferson. He's not the most prolific passer, but he is a good runner. And I like what Sam Pittman's doing still. Again, talk about, I wonder if the honeymoon's over or are people going to still accept Sam Pittman. This may be about Arkansas' ceiling where they are. Then I would go Auburn, Mississippi State, and I'm going to go Texas A&M last. I am. I'm going to take a chance.
Okay.
I'm going to take a chance that this thing.
If they go last, that's a loser.
Oh, he's out. He's out. And they're trying to find a way to buy him out.
What year is this?
This will be year, 5
or 6?
I mean, it's got to be year. Well, was 19 year 1 or 18?
I don't recall.
Let's go. Let's say it was 19. So I mean, this would be year 5, right?
Okay. So
isn't that right?
You got. Yeah. Well, I don't know when this became a Shark thing.
This is Shark Week. It really does give a whole new. Why Shark Week doesn't focus more on that picture? Just that ought to be their commercial. Hey, it's Shark Week, and just naked Jim McElwain doppelganger on top of a.
I think you ought to see
tiger shark.
I think you would talk about bringing in some viewers.
I mean, I would be just out of the curiosity of it.
Yeah. That would not bring in one person.
How much do you have to drink to think, here's a picture I want, so that when my kids are flipping through my photo albums, they go, hey, hey, Granddad, when was this?
Papa, is that you? I'm going to say.
It's the only time he was probably like, God, I wish I was Jim McElwain right now. McElwain's getting killed on every message board out there. He's like, he's got it pretty easy.
I'm betting the blood alcohol was at least 0.17.
You're talking about the shark.
Yeah.
How drunk do you have to get the shark?
Oh, my. But it was a nice catch. I don't know what. Don't exactly know where that was. And I hope maybe Hugh Freeze can straighten that out a little bit.
Well, it's like I said, it's also very. it's just a tough time to be Auburn right now with Alabama and Georgia, like where they are. It's very, and meanwhile, I mean, it's not like LSU's a slouch.
No.
You know, LSU has won several national championships in the last 20 years. You know, I mean, it's just a very odd time. And then Auburn very oddly schedules Clemson at a time when they are like in the middle of a run. I mean, it is sort of, that's bad luck. That's not the NCAA screwing y'all.
Yeah.
That's just bad luck.
I agree. Well, and the sad thing is, you bring one of those national championship teams to Jordan-Hare Stadium, and you come out and run a tilt-a-whirl offense from the 40s, and you don't even start your best running back. And you're still you're within a touchdown, throwing a Hail Mary to win it.
That is weird.
That's Gus Malzahn.
Justin Clayton does have a good point. He said, "Are we sure Brian Harsin wasn't betting against Auburn? Are we sure?"
No,
we're not sure.
No,
and in fact, I wouldn't be as mad at Harsin because I think Harsin's plan from the get-go was, let me go here, throw it at the wall, see what happens. I mean, if I catch lightning in a bottle, so be it. But I'm not gonna go overboard in recruiting or anything. I'm just going because they'll have to buy me out. And at the worst, I get what, $15, $20 million out of the gig, and I'm set for life, right?
I think Brian Harsin, in my opinion, Brian Harsin was so arrogant, and maybe it's not even arrogance, but I think his whole deal was, look, my entire career, I have, when I've been successful, I have outcoached my opponents. Nothing's going to change.
Yeah.
I'm going to go to the SEC, and I'm going to put a great staff together, and I'm going to outcoach people, and we're going to win games.
He did none of those things.
No. He said, I don't have to recruit. You know, it's not about recruiting. It's about me outcoaching everybody else because I'm smarter than everybody else. And turns out he's not.
Well, and it's funny because people always love to go, well, he's not, this guy's not a great coach. He's just a great recruiter. And I always go, see, I think that's what makes a great coach, like especially in the SEC. Like in the whatever Mountain West or whatever he's in, you don't have to be a great recruiter. Everybody's sort of got the same kind of, kind of fast white dude at running back, whatever. And you do need to outcoach him. In the SEC, if you don't have the horses, you ain't winning.
No.
Now, you might screw around and upset somebody at 11 o'clock in the morning when they take you completely for granted. You might. But you ain't winning any more than that.
No.
And if you sneak up on one person, you dang sure ain't sneaking up on two, because the next coach you're going to use that for motivation. So you got to have the horses, but yeah, Brian Harsin.
And it would have been nice to ask that question before you hired him. Do you like recruiting?
I also feel like at the time that athletic director was trying to get fired.
And he did. So mission accomplished. We got to take a break.
Before we go, if you could describe Brian Harsin's tenure, and that in one phrase, what would it be, or word?
To describe who?
Brian Harsin's tenure.
Debacle.
I'm going to say acid washed. That's what I feel like. Because, acid wash at one time had its place.
Okay.
But then people were like, this is stupid. And so we got rid of it. Nobody ever spoke of it again. I think that's exactly what this is.
Okay.
Fair?
I think
and also, all I can think about every
I'll
time somebody says Brian Harsin is that first picture when it was like dusk in Jordan-Hare Stadium. And it was like him and his whole family. And it looked like the cast from some Real Housewives of Des Moines or something.
Well, at one point, I didn't realize it, but it seemed like we did hire the Kardashians. So that's what you get. We got to take a break. We'll be back with Alive or Dead right after this.
76% of nurses say they went into the profession because they wanted to help patients. No matter the reason you decided to become a nurse, you have all the tools needed to advance your degree at Jacksonville State University. Our Master's in Nursing program is now offered fully online and can be completed in less than 2 years. You can customize a flexible course schedule so you can receive your advanced education degree all while working on the front line. JSU Nursing, your opportunity to advance your career and serve your community.
So, you finally got the boat, ATV, or side-by-side of your dreams, huh? Then make it yours with marine-grade audio that'll provide crisp, high-quality sound that's loud enough to be heard, whether you're cruising on the lake or hitting a mud hole. Come see Steve at the Car Stereo Shop in Auburn, so you'll be ready to crank up the volume. Whoa, but wait, you don't have to pull out of the water and trailer it to Auburn. The Car Stereo Shop can handle all of your work at any one of the Lake Martin marinas.
SCAG, the toughest name in lawnmowers. Unmatched quality and performance for over 3 decades. The clear choice, the best mower money can buy for work or at home. Top lawn care professionals and discerning homeowners know that SCAG means productivity and reliability. Every SCAG mower is proudly built right here in the USA. Don't settle for anything less than simply the best. SCAG.
Satterfield Outdoor Living on Highway 280 in Alex City.
At Russell Medical, we're proud of our exceptional nurses, like Nurse Brandy Worthy. Brandy represents the selfless, compassionate clinical leader patients expect and coworkers admire. Brandy was recently honored with the Nightingale Award for Nursing Excellence for her high standards, sound judgment, and caring manner. Her passion for her profession inspires us all.
Being a nurse is not just what you do, it's who you are. I'm proud to be a part of the nursing team at Russell Medical. We are the link between all hospital services, providing you with exceptional, personalized care.
If you're tired of the same old, and you're hungry for something really good, then it's time to go to JR's Sports Bar and Grill. JR's has the best fingers and wings around, and their menu is loaded with appetizers, burgers, salads, and so much more. Follow JR's on their Facebook to keep up with their live music events and drink specials. And if after a long day you just want to stay in, remember JR's delivers. Call in your order at 256-329-2328. JR Sports Bar and Grill, 145 Alabama Street in Alexander City.
Continental Roofing is your local roofer. If you think you have roof damage, call Continental Roofing for a free inspection and let us provide all the paperwork necessary to open your insurance claim. We work very well with all insurance companies, but we work for you. Your interests come first. You have assurance that Continental will install a quality roof at a fair price. In the unlikely case that you have a warranty issue, you can have the peace of mind knowing that Continental Roofing is your local roofer.
Welcome back, everyone, to Sports Blitz Live. Andy and Luke here with you, only for about 15 more minutes in tonight's show. Thank you so much for all of you out there being with us. Bringing back an old segment we like to do, and have actually had requests, believe it or not, to do more.
All the requests are about live people.
Yeah, this is true. Alive
and one shark,
or dead. The shark was dead, and was
which makes it a lot creepier, though, right?
Yeah. Well, maybe.
If you at least give the shark a fighting chance.
Yeah. Well, that's true. Put it in the water and let's see if he rides him. Alive.
Maybe the roles reversed.
Maybe. Alive or dead. Some of these are easy. Some of them not so much.
Okay.
We will go with, from 80s sitcom, Gary Coleman.
I think he's alive.
Dead.
Dang it.
All right,
How'd he die?
I think he had kidney problems. You know, he never grew. I mean, you're not like 5 foot tall and really healthy.
There's no, you talk about another show you couldn't possibly make today. And look, because we're on air in Alexander City, Alabama, I think that we can talk about it. If you were on air in San Francisco, you probably can't even say, hey, I used to watch Different Strokes growing up. And at the time, what's funny is, like, I wasn't blown away by the fact that this rich old white dude adopted 2 young black guys. I was not blown away by it. I just believed it.
Yeah.
But like now,
man, what a great guy.
I actually thought, like, what a good. It kind of worked out for. Yeah. I mean, like, but then Willis got sideways on the show and in real life.
He had
Willis can't be alive, right?
Todd Bridges.
Todd Bridges dead, right?
Todd Bridges is the next name on the list.
He's got to be dead. He's been through the ringer like no. I can't tell you. He was doing all kind of deals with sharks.
He's doing all kind of lines of cocaine.
Yeah.
Alive and well.
That is, I'm going to tell you what. In 1983, if you had taken a poll like who lives longer, Gary Coleman or Todd Bridges?
Oh, there's no question.
Or Kimberly. What was her name?
Dana Plateau.
Dana
The
Plateau.
next name
She's on this list? Oh, my God. All right, the old man's dead. I don't even remember his name.
Conrad Bain.
Conrad Bain. What
Yeah,
was his name?
he's
Mr. Drummond?
Yeah, Mr. Drummond.
Yeah.
Dana Plateau.
Dana Plateau, yeah, she's dead. She got in some trouble, too. Didn't she do, like, she did some softcore stuff, right?
I think so.
Yeah.
And a lot of drugs.
She got to be dead.
She's dead.
Yeah, she's dead.
Well,
Boy, the curse of different strokes.
I know.
Because Mrs. Garrett's dead.
Yeah. Charlotte Ray.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right, Henry Kissinger. Famed
There's
political.
0% chance. He was 1,000
during the
6 years ago.
During the Nixon administration.
He's dead as a hammer.
He is alive and well.
There's okay. I take exception to the well.
99 years. Yeah, he's not well, but he is alive. He does have, and that's all that matters is a beating heart.
I think at this point, if you want to know if his heart were beating, it'd be exploratory surgery. You'd have to get in there and see it.
Well, that might be true, but at least
Holy God!
to Wikipedia,
Why is that not bigger news?
I don't know. That's a good question.
That should be big. Did I ever tell you the Louis C.K. thing? He's like, when I die, I just want people to ask what happened.
Yeah.
You know, I don't want them to be like, he's alive? Like, how? That's what I'm doing with Henry Kissinger. Like, how?
Well, I think that's appropriate.
Yeah.
He's been around.
There
for
was.
a while.
I don't even think Henry Kissinger ever was a kid. I think he was born at age 85, and now he's 88 somehow.
Yeah, 99.
99. Jesus.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. How about Norman Lear, famed producer, creator of All in the Family, The Jeffersons, Sanford and Son?
Well, I mean, he produced a bunch of 70s hits. You know, I'm going to say dead.
He is alive and well.
God, I've missed every one of these.
You got Dana Plateau right.
Well, I mean,
but it looks like my bet is going to be.
Only because I know she did some softcore stuff.
All right, here's one for you. You'll get this one. Miss, she doesn't use her arms when she tap dances.
Oh,
Miss Raquel Welch.
She died recently.
One of the beauties of all time.
Yeah, but she did die recently, right?
She died recently.
Yeah.
So there you go.
She does. And you're still here. Remember, she did that with Kramer.
Yeah.
He's like, "Yeah, you need to move your arms."
I will. Yeah, that was a great episode, by the way. Her and Elena. Tom Sizemore, character actor.
He died.
Tom Sizemore.
He's dead, and I remember that because I was like, he shouldn't be dead.
Heat.
Yeah, he was in a bunch of things. He was also in, I think he was in one of those, what's the movie about the good-looking woman that was an alien that came down? Species. He was
a different guy.
Yeah. Oh, that was a different guy?
I think so.
Okay, I thought Tom Sizemore was in one of those Species.
He may have been. But, no, that was the guy, what is his name? Can't remember his name. But he was in, what's the Quentin Tarantino with the Bride?
Oh, the what?
The Bride.
Pulp Fiction?
No. The girl with the.
Oh, Kill Bill. He was in Kill Bill.
He was in Kill Bill.
Yeah.
So that was not Tom Sizemore.
That's right. They look alike, though.
They do look alike.
Okay, yeah.
Never thought about that, but that's true. He is dead.
They don't. I mean, it's not Jim McElwain doo-doo hump sharks Jim McElwain, but okay.
Bob Barker.
Are we setting a record for how many times somebody said humps on this show?
I think we are.
Bob Barker. You did this one with me recently, and I was shocked to learn he was alive because I thought he died. Yes, I remember that. I don't know that he's alive. I'm just telling you. By the way, you could be lying about all these.
I am not lying.
Okay, but he's alive, and he shouldn't be.
He is very alive.
He's using his microphone now as a cane. As a cane.
All right, Louis Anderson.
I'm pretty sure he's dead. Big, chunky comedian, big gap in his teeth.
Fat
he's
guy.
dead.
He's dead.
Yeah, he's dead.
All right, you're making a comeback here.
I am.
We'll take a break. We'll gather ourselves. We'll do the second half when we come back right after this.
76% of nurses say they went into the profession because they wanted to help patients. No matter the reason you decided to become a nurse, you have all the tools needed to advance your degree at Jacksonville State University. Our Master's in Nursing program is now offered fully online and can be completed in less than 2 years. You can customize a flexible course schedule so you can receive your advanced education degree all while working on the front line. JSU Nursing, your opportunity to advance your career and serve your community.
So, you finally got the boat, ATV, or side-by-side of your dreams, huh? Then make it yours with marine-grade audio that'll provide crisp, high-quality sound that's loud enough to be heard, whether you're cruising on the lake or hitting a mud hole. Come see Steve at the Car Stereo Shop in Auburn, so you'll be ready to crank up the volume. Whoa, but wait, you don't have to pull out of the water and trailer it to Auburn. The Car Stereo Shop can handle all of your work at any one of the Lake Martin marinas.
SCAG, the toughest name in lawnmowers. Unmatched quality and performance for over 3 decades. The clear choice, the best mower money can buy for work or at home. Top lawn care professionals and discerning homeowners know that SCAG means productivity and reliability. Every SCAG mower is proudly built right here in the USA. Don't settle for anything less than simply the best. SCAG.
Satterfield Outdoor Living on Highway 280 in Alex City.
At Russell Medical, we're proud of our exceptional nurses, like Nurse Brandy Worthy. Brandy represents the selfless, compassionate clinical leader patients expect and coworkers admire. Brandy was recently honored with the Nightingale Award for Nursing Excellence for her high standards, sound judgment, and caring manner. Her passion for her profession inspires us all.
Being a nurse is not just what you do, it's who you are. I'm proud to be a part of the nursing team at Russell Medical. We are the link between all hospital services, providing you with exceptional, personalized care.
If you're tired of the same old and you're hungry for something really good, then it's time to go to JR's Sports Bar and Grill. JR's has the best fingers and wings around, and their menu is loaded with appetizers, burgers, salads, and so much more. Follow JR's on their Facebook to keep up with their live music events and drink specials. And if after a long day you just want to stay in, remember JR's delivers. Call in your order at 256-329-2328. JR Sports Bar and Grill, 145 Alabama Street in Alexander City.
Continental Roofing is your local roofer.
Most NFL
if you
draft
think
picks
you
last
have
night,
roof damage,
Georgia was
call
48,
Continental
Alabama
Roofing for a
46,
free
Ohio
inspection
State 41,
and let us
LSU
provide all the paperwork necessary
Michigan
to
37.
open your insurance claim.
Here's one that's
We work very well with
31.
all insurance companies, but
Another
we
one that's
work for you.
Florida
Your
29.
interests come
Neither one of
first.
those teams made
You have
the playoffs.
assurance that Continental will install a quality
Oklahoma
roof
29,
at a fair
Clemson
price.
26,
In the
Notre Dame
unlikely
26,
case that you have a warranty issue, you can have the peace of mind knowing that Continental
that's
Roofing
not a
is
bad
your
number.
local roofer.
But I mean, 22 puts you in a cover. A&M only had 20.
Welcome back, everyone, to the final segment of Sports Blitz Live on this beautiful Tuesday evening, doing a little Alive or Dead. All right, Luke, you've gotten 5 right, 4 wrong.
Really?
Yeah.
I would have missed that too.
All right, so we've got 9 left.
Okay, I'm ready. Let's
All
rock
right.
it, baby.
Richard Belzer, famed comedian.
Famed comedian and on Law and Order,
Law and
SVU, I
Order.
think, wasn't it?
Yeah.
It wasn't
Or
the
maybe
regular.
original.
Was he on the original?
I know it was SUV. I don't watch the show, but yeah.
SVU.
What did I
Law
say?
and Order, the SUV
SUV.
would be a bad
They
car
just
show.
ride around looking
Yeah,
for
they just ride around looking for great deals on Explorers. He's dead. I'm pretty sure.
We gotta move this.
All right,
along.
he's dead.
He is dead.
Okay.
All right, Richard Harriman. He is the. Do you remember the head vampire in Lost Boys?
Oh yeah,
That guy.
Oh, he's got to be dead. He's already dead in the movie.
He was undead.
Undead, yes, he's dead.
He's dead.
Okay.
All right, Roger Corman, famed movie director of all these old.
Yeah.
Crazy.
He's
movies.
got to be dead.
He is alive.
Oh, Jesus.
All right.
What is going on with these people?
William Daniels, Mr. Feeney, or the voice of Kit on Knight Rider.
Oh, he was the voice of Kit.
St. Elsewhere.
He was old when he was voicing Kit. He's
Yeah,
dead.
he was.
I'm
He's
going
old
dead.
as Mr. Feeney.
I'm going dead until further notice.
Alive and well.
Oh, my God.
James Avery, Uncle Phil from
Fresh Prince of Bel-Air?
Fresh Prince of Bel-Air.
That's he's God, he was so morbidly obese on the show. He got to be dead.
He is dead.
Okay, he's got to be.
He is dead. Chris Penn, brother of Sean.
I think
he was in Reservoir Dogs.
Yeah, I think he's dead.
He is dead.
Okay.
I think that's 9.
I mean, all I got to do is hit one more. How many I got left?
3.
Okay.
All right, here's one for you.
Just going dead.
Taylor Negron, who is the guy, remember the guy that washed Elaine's hair?
Oh, God, he's been in a bunch of stuff, though.
He has been in everything.
Tomato sauce.
If all else fails?
Tomato sauce.
Tomato sauce.
he does just like tomato sauce. God, I think he's alive.
He's dead.
God, I'm diverted from. I took the path.
One of the all-time great actors, Gene Hackman.
Oh man,
Gene Hackman.
He hadn't died. He's alive.
He is alive.
I would know if Gene Hackman was dead.
And Mel Brooks.
Mel Brooks is still alive because I think he's doing something here soon.
He is still alive.
Unbelievably.
He is still alive. You exceeded my expectations.
Exceeded mine.
Very good. All right, that's going to wrap it up for us tonight on Sports Blitz Live. Thank you so much for all of you out there being with us. We will be back on the air next Tuesday, same time, same channel. Be sure to join us then. Tune in for the Auburn Blitz tomorrow, Wednesday at noon. He is Luke Robinson. I am Andy Graham. So long for now, everybody. We'll talk again soon.
Farmers and Merchants Bank of Dadeville is building a foundation of strength and trust in the entire Lake Martin community. With our modern branch in Dadeville and caring, attentive staff, we've established Farmers and Merchants Bank as a reliable friend to your banking needs. Whether it's just a savings or checking account or any commercial, auto, or real estate loan, Farmers has local decision-making to build a relationship with you and your needs. Farmers and Merchants Community Bank. Strength, service, community.
So you want to build a home? Build the home you want with America's Home Place. Choose from over 150 floor plans, then personalize. Tile back splash with granite countertops? Done. A spacious bathroom you've always dreamed of? You got it. Choose every detail, floors, cabinets, even the paint color.
How about electric lime?
Can't decide? Relax. At America's Home Place, we take care of it all. It's your home. Own it. America's Home Place.
Are you looking for something really good for lunch? Are you tired of the same old fast food? Well, go to Buck's. Get a meat in 2 sides or a meat in 3 sides for the best deal in town. Buck's always serves up the best food, including fried chicken, wings, hamburger steaks, catfish, shrimp, and yes, of course, the famous Buck Cheeseburger Basket. And Buck's has dinner specials too. So if it's your turn to cook dinner, Buck's will be glad to do it for you. We appreciate your business and look forward to serving you.
Have you met your local Farmers Insurance agent, Patrick Holina? He proudly serves Tallapoosa County and Alexander City families and businesses and is ready to review your existing policies or provide a no-obligation quote today. Call the Holina Agency at 256-234-0037 or stop in today at 704 Commerce Drive to get smarter about your insurance. Again, that's the Holina Agency, 256-234-0037.
We are farmers. Bum, ba, bum, 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 bum.
Underwritten by Farmers Truck Fire Insurance Exchanges and Affiliates. Products not available in every state.
Coastal Construction Design is the area's storm specialist experts and offers free roof inspections absolutely free to assess your needs. Their roofing experts get your home or commercial needs handled from start to finish. They have worked with all major insurance sources for decades, and they are permitted and approved for Lake Martin. Coastal Construction Design also handles exterior restoration, including siding and gutters. They are also a GAF certified contractor. Visit coastalconstruction.pro or call 251-215-3429. Coastal Construction Design. All things roofing from start to end.
Why is Sarah Automotive Group on Highway 280 in Sylacauga the place for the best deals on your new ride? 3 compelling reasons. 1. With With 3 full new car dealers on one lot, you get the best in comparison and incentives on Fords, Hondas, and Nissan with unmatched selection. 2, Sarah pays over market value for your trade to maintain East Central Alabama's best pre-owned vehicle selection and sale. And 3, the Sarah Automotive price won't be beat and delivers lower payments and huge value on your next buy. Shop online or on Highway 280 in Sylacauga.